What's up, guys? It's Frankie. We're going to talk about this video, how to get more clients for your digital marketing agency, whether you sell SEO or Facebook ads or funnels or Google AdWords or SEO or web design or those kind of services, and doing this in a way where it's simpler and easier and there's less moving pieces. And what we're going to talk about, which is going to be really interesting, is all the things that everybody says that you have to do that you don't, and how to shortcut that whole journey. So, by the way, for those of you guys who don't know me already, my name's Frankie Finn. I'm the author of the book, Beyond the Agency Box, since 2007. I've built 3 different agencies of my own, 200 plus simultaneous clients, and I've helped hundreds of people to live the whole kind of agency beach laptop lifestyle. As you can see, the beach is pretty fucking cool today. I don't even know the name of this beach. We went to a famous beach called Playa Balandra down here, and it was just packed, so we just drove one more beach past it, and there's like 6 people. One of them turned out to be our friends, who I can right over there. What are the chances, right? Like, there's hundreds of thousands of people. You run into the 4 of them, you know. Anyways, let's get into you guys and how to grow your thing. So, as I mentioned a little bit in the preview, everybody tells you gotta do all this shit. You gotta have funnels. Like, you gotta have all the latest funnel tools. You gotta have Go High Level. Oh man, we got a nice little crane looking bird over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Everybody says you gotta have, sorry, I just ate some peanuts that are stuck in my throat. Everybody says you got to do the funnels. Everybody says you got to put out shitloads of content. Everybody says you got to have a website. You got to have SEO. Like, that's a lot of fucking moving pieces. And I'll tell you, we just signed a couple of clients over the last month. I haven't actually been growing my agency super fast because it's kind of like a little bit in coasting mode, to be honest with you guys. But the clients that we added, all we did is send out like 3 or 4 letters in the mail. And we get back like half of those as people, and they're highly personalized and they're irresistible offers. They're kind of risk-free, but we don't send millions of things. And it's the same letter, by the way, that goes to all 4 people or whatever it was. And you know, we do these kind of like every 2 weeks. But I'll tell you what makes this work, by the way, is instead of having the Costanza kind of breakup.
It's not you, it's me.
You're giving me the "it's not you, it's me" routine? I invented "it's not you, it's me." Nobody tells me it's them, not me. If it's anybody, it's me.
All right, George, it's you.
You're damn right it's me.
Legendary clip, by the way. It's not you, it's me. So instead of having that Costanza breakup where clients seem like hard and you got to do all this activity, one of the things we found that shortcuts that whole journey is just having an offer that's easy to say yes to. I'm going to give you guys 2 tips, 3 tips maybe, to make your offers easier to say yes to. One of those, by the way, is just shrink the size of the ask. So if you normally sell SEO and it's a 12-month contract, that's a hard sell, right? It's a big ask. It's basically like asking a stranger to marry you. So instead, think about a first date version, maybe just like 1 keyword that you can help them rank in like 30 days. If the ask is smaller, you're going to get more yeses, right? It's no different than in the real world, where if you say to somebody like that you find pretty or you want to go out with, if you say, hey, how would you like to date me for the next 12 months and we can be life partners and we can do all this stuff, you're probably not going to get a lot of yeses. As if you say, hey, you seem really nice, let's go for a coffee together for an hour and see how it goes, you're going to get more yeses. So you want to think about that 1 hour first datey kind of coffee. What's the fastest thing you could do to produce a result? Secondly, by the way, one of the things I've talked about kind of ad nauseum, but it's really powerful, is just increase the value of your offer. And the easiest way to do that is ask your potential clients or your clients that you got, what kind of patients or clients or customers are the most valuable to you, and use your tools and systems to generate those people. Sounds really simple, but you would be amazed, right? Like, people treat like all leads as the same. So in my industry, specifically in the legal space, like, for example, it's very easy to generate traffic ticket leads, right? Like, people getting a traffic ticket, it's a $100 fine, they go to court, they fight it, they'd rather pay the lawyer than pay the police. You can get those all day, every day. But the lawyers, by the way, don't make any money. They usually try and have a paralegal do it. And so they spend $100 paying the paralegal for a $100 case. So you could bring them millions of cases, and all you're doing is creating hard work and activity. And maybe some of those people will turn into referrals and stuff down the road. But for the most part, you're not making their business life like a whole lot easier. Now, I want you to compare that to if you just instead bring them like 1 trucking accident case, which are often like $250,000 cases. They would be happier with 1 trucking accident case than with like 500 traffic tickets. So I call this concept the nickel and the $100 bill, and there's a version of that in your niche. The numbers may not be so as extreme, but nonetheless, there's like a low value thing and a high value thing. Find the highest value thing and make your offer to bring them the highest value thing, and if you can do that in a first datey kind of way, like you're gonna strike gold in whatever niche you're in. I guess I said I had a third tip, but maybe I don't. The third tip is really, really simple, actually, it's to say, is I call this the shoe buyers concept. Is find out who's actually spending money in your niche, and rather than make offers to people who don't spend money today, make offers to people who do. And the idea where I call it the shoe buyers is because if you compare what we do to selling shoes, like if you pretend your marketing service for a second is selling shoes, conceptually what most people do is they look for people who need their services, right? Like these are all the barefoot people. It conceptually makes sense, right? Like why wouldn't you want to sell your stuff barefoot? But I'll tell you, you get really, really like Maury Povich kind of, you're not the daddy happy when you start doing this for people who are already spending money.
I am sick and tired of these tears, and I'm not gonna cry anymore because I'm fed up and I'm pissed off. We don't have no bed. He barely have diapers. I take care of my kid by myself.
Sabrina's the type of girl that sleeps around, so I know I ain't the daddy.
Here he is, Andrew. Andrew, come on. When it comes to 4-month-old Danye, Andrew, you are not the father.
Bring it back now. Bring it back now.
You are not the father. So the ridiculousness of this, right? So instead, like what you want to think about is if you're selling shoes, you want to sell to people who have a closet full of 200 pairs of shoes. So when I look for a company, I want to see that they've already bought a website, they're buying the SEO, they're buying the Facebook ad, they're spending on TV, they got billboards. I already know they got money based on all those things, and I already know they value marketing services. It's very different than trying to convince a lawyer who has no money. By the way, there's just like a bird that just flew by chasing a fish. It's very different than trying to convince somebody to spend money who just doesn't. One thing that, by the way, that will help you make these sales in your agency so much easier, there's a training we did on this channel called Dramatic Demonstrations. You'll have to search it, but if you just search Beyond Agency Profits Dramatic Demonstrations, please watch that channel because it's one of the best things we've ever created. Really, I haven't found anywhere anything like it, but it'll make it so that when you're offering something to somebody, they get it in a few seconds and they want to buy it, and like 70-80% of the sale is made in seconds where they just say, I want it. I'd love to hear your experience, by the way, with what you've been doing to try and prospect for clients and how that's going. I'll tell you, if you focus on the buyers, you make them a little easy to say yes to first date, and it has a lot of high value, you're gonna have a hard time not selling it, right? So most people are breaking one of those 3 rules in one of those forms. Is either they're offering it to the wrong people, they're making it hard to say yes to because it's a big, hairy, marriagey kind of ask, and I forget what the other one, or they're offering to bring them the lowest value people, which is never actually as exciting as we think it is. So I'm gonna go hang with my peeps over here. I'm bad at this camera. Oh, there we are, the little green spot. That's us right there, little beach camera. So yeah, I'd love to hear your experience with prospecting, what you guys are doing, what's been working, what's not working. Sometimes you learn just as much from the mistakes, so I'd love to hear some of your mistakes as well. I've made about pretty much all of them. That's how I learned this stuff the hard way, which is doing a lot of prospecting poorly. But when you skip those 3 things, what you'll find is you can reach out to 5 clients and pick up 3 of them. It's really can be that easy, right? So you don't have to do massive amounts of outreach and funnels and all the shit everybody says you have to do. So how about, if anything, that this clip makes your life easier. That's all I got for you guys in this video. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments about what you guys have been doing, or anything else you would love to hear all the way for like future videos. I would love to hear your comments on that. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and may the force be with you.